70% of our population are young people. We need to carry them along in everything we are doing because the crime rate is becoming unbearable.
Leadership is one who articulates strategies and shows the way, conduct, guide, and direct the course of others by going ahead or along with them.
In Nigeria, awaiting trial inmates who are youth under the age of 30 constitute over 70% of total prison inmates, and these are emerging leaders who are not supposed to be behind bars, but in the society. The National Coordinator, Police Community Relations Committee (PCRC), Engineer Junad Olatunji, disclosed this at the PCRC National Youth and Women Seminar 2024 in conjunction with Youth Development Department, Social Development Secretariat, FCT Abuja, to mark the 40th anniversary of the existence of PCRC with the theme PCRC at 40, Community Policing at its best. Explaining the reason for the high population of youth in prisons, National Youth Coordinator PCRC said youth inmates find themselves in trouble, and when they appear ignorant of the law, they tend to remain in prison for a long time.
What concerns youths and women is emerging leaders, our impact on social, economy, and national security. So many things or so many sectors of this country is lying on our shoulder. As a youth and as a woman, you have a role to play. And as an emerging leader, when you get out there, what is expected of you to do? Number one, people throw all manners of things on social media. As a leader, do we need to fact check it before we start distributing it? But some of us are finding that habit of sending all manners of things that we find on our phone, on our social media. It's high time we stop all this and put something in check that can help progress this nation. The last election is a warning to all of us, the impact of social media on national security. If not that the situation was well managed, if anything happened to this country, you and I doesn't have any country we can run to. We are Nigeria, we belong to Nigeria. So the prosperity of this country lies on our shoulder. Then as a youth, if you go to the prison, more than 70% of people behind bars, they are youths like you and I. And for any nation to be prosper, the youth of that nation must be active and up and running. And in a situation whereby we have all our able men behind bars, should we say we are progressing? The answer is capital no. So what can we do to nip it in the bud? Our emerging leaders is supposed to be behind bars. They have to be a change maker in society. Now, a lot of them are behind bars because they find themselves where they're supposed to be. Some of them, for things that they don't have information about. But as youth, we have roles to play on how to make sure that social economy, prosperity of the nation lies in our shoulders.
Strategies and initiatives that boost multiplier effect on socio-economic growth and development should be vigorously pursued by leaders as they show strong political will in tackling issues and challenges of socio-economic and national security. The Deputy First Public Relations Officer, CSP Victor Isoko, said this while delivering a lecture titled Emerging Leaders, Impact on Socio-Economic and National Security.
Social interaction and group life is practically impossible without a responsible leadership. If you are the type of leader that sells out information, if you are the type of leader that escalates situations, instead of trying to make sure you de-escalate them, then I'm talking to you here. Because most times when we do things, and when people listen, they say, "Now youth, it is their way." Because whether we like it or not, there is an old Chinese saying, yes, it's a Chinese saying, that the old age and the experience of older generation must always respect the strength and the number of youths. And that is a fact. The youth are the drivers of even violence. The youth are the drivers. They constitute what? The soldiers, or what we call the field workers. You don't expect this my papa here now to start carrying stick or cutlass and be in the forefront to protest one form of misgiving or the other. No, you find the youth. And just like the National Youth Coordinator said, if you go to the prisons, the statistics are mind-boggling. Except when you find older people there, you discover that they've been there for a very long time. Maybe they are on either life sentences or they are waiting execution. So you find them there, they spend so much time in the prisons. Other than that, you find youth. You are even finding very young youths, even teenagers. The key to unlocking the potentials and impacting social economy and national security is, of course, good leadership. Not just leadership, but good leadership. Leadership roles and functions should be people-oriented, driven, and of national interest and patriotism. We should be at the front burner at all times. The path chosen and taken by the intrepid traveler does not more or less determine his final destination.
PCRC has come a long way, and somebody once said life begins at 40. I don't think it is life that begins at 40. I think it's another stage of life that begins at 40. At that stage, even science will tell you whatever you do too little or too much will come back to haunt you. In other words, life then at that stage must be lived in moderation. The PCRC as an organization and as a friend of the police should up their game. Gone are those days where you just carry the ID card or the banneret in your vehicle and you'll be going all over the place that you are a member of PCRC. We've gone beyond that stage. You should be seen to be actually living that philosophy of PCRC. In other words, when you see any unprofessional conduct by our men on the streets, you let us know. If there is any issue that is likely to escalate that will lead to breakdown of law and order within the community, you are the first responder as a member of PCRC before the arrival of the police.
Also, the second lecturer, CSP Olabisi, the National Coordinator, POCACOV, and as topic, Police Campaign Against Cultism and Other Vices, reviewed positive emerging leadership which are visionary, inspire and motivate others with a clear vision.
Autism coming, you see most persons, you regard them, you see them as highly respected people. We see them in our community, we see them in their church. So most times, like most of us are very gullible. They come and they will tell us, okay, fine, there's this thing we do, it's just an organization, we're just using it to help each other and everything. Because of the respect you have for them and because of their social status, you say, okay, fine. At the end of the day, you find yourself in a cult. Mostly our children. Then we should keep this in mind that emerging leaders can exhibit both positive and negative traits, and it's important to recognize and address those things because I believe that all of us have the capacity to identify what's good and what's bad, what's positive and what's negative. So even when we're following a leader, we should make sure that we pick those things that are positive and leave those things that are negative.
The PCRC National Chairman also called for more support for peace in our society to live in a very peaceful environment across the country.
Our women and youth, they are playing a very vital and very big role, and we appreciate them. And this administration under my leadership, we are going to increase the tempo of the support. We are going to encourage our youth and women. We are going to work with them. We are going to support them because since we started supporting them, we are getting a lot of recognition. So, and the understanding within the police and our youth, there's a lot of improvement. And our women, they are playing their own role as a mother as well. So the Nigeria police are getting more support through this our women and youth body.
We are also moving forward to see the progress of PCRC in this administration led by Alhaji Mogaji, which by God's grace, before this year ends, will come out with a lot of programs concerning youth and women, where a lot of things will come and showcase all the humanitarian activities that shows the securities among the youths and insecurity among the youths and women will be tackled. All social biases that cause across all this strata of women and youth, by the grace of God, is going to bring down to the barest minimum.
For Nigerians who are not, we cannot all be members, but if you are not a member, you are still virtually just like a member, because where there is no PCRC member, you can equally serve as a member of PCRC, because police says that when you see something, say something. So you are equally virtually a member of PCRC if you are not registered, because you have a stake to play here, you have a role to play. Whenever you see something happening, you have to inform the police. The police very much relies on the vital information that come from the general public. So the people that are not officially registered with the PCRC should also do this, because PCRC is a unit of the police. The police created this unit for all of us to benefit, to be crime-free.
I encourage the police to do a lot of publicity to carry Nigerians along. They said police are our friends, but sometimes we see you very far from us. So please come closer. Come closer. You know.
I'm very glad that I'm witnessing this 14 years, and I want to thank the former IG, Inspector General of Police, for giving us chance to create this PCRC in Nigeria. So we are enjoying it, and we are working hard to be the part of the team. So I believe by reaching 45. Although peace house in everywhere in Nigeria and diaspora, so we move forward.
The PCRC is a community policing-based organization established by the leadership of the Nigeria Police Force in 1984. It seeks to foster partnership between the police and respective communities in the country to enhance efficient and effective policing of communities in Nigeria. Olaimi Eson, for Spy TV.